Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win. I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody call a pastor, doctor. I got a 6 sense for imposters. So now I'm coming for the whole roster. It's not a game, why you playing with me? You could double back, lose track, try and hang with me. It must be in my veins, something you can't tame, cause I break the chains. Can't control me. I got the power, I got the keys, cause I break the chains. They try to hold me, I'ma push back, just wait and you'll see. Please excuse me, your honor, but you can't hold me no longer. Can't you feel the vibrations? I broke out and left traces. Go ahead, try to catch me if you can, man. You'll be looking all night, I'm the same, man. New York, London to Japan. I'ma show the whole world who I am. Boom, boom, boom. Major look.
To the media, to everybody watching, to all the fans out there at home, Deontay, it's the last time that we're going to ask you to do this. I know you particularly are sick of the media this time around. You can have your opportunity to give your final comments.
One more that I can say that hasn't already been said, you know. I just tell you guys to prepare yourself and prepare yourself on the battlefield and get ready for war. Because this is right here is going to be an amazing fight on October the 9th. And as you see, I'm wearing my red outfit, so I want it back in blood. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'll see you guys there.
Tyson, you're up.
Well, I've got a lot to say, actually. Here's something that I think I need to say. It's like, Wilder said that I only won the second fight because I cheated, but then he goes and changes his whole team and does all this extra training and trains as hard as he's ever trained and run on all this team and all that. So I asked the question is, if I only won because I cheated, what was the point in changing everything and doing all this other work? Can anybody answer that question? I know he can't, doesn't have the brains to. So no one can answer that question, can they? So.
What's going on, WCS supporters? Salute to each and every one of you that's in the building. Appreciate your support, man. Continue to, tune in, pull up, sub to the channel, pass the word, and also donate if you feel free to do so. This is the Wilder Fury3 Final Presser Recap, and I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear it raw, uncut, and what you think, how you think the press conference went. I'm very interested that Tyson Fury will start off his closing statement speaking about Deontay Wilder changing up the camp when he pretty much changed up his trainer for the two fights. I mean, it makes no sense for him to pretty much bring up what Deontay Wilder was changing, then turn around. Check this out. Then turn around and, he has to, unleash the derogatory comments, the criticism, the insults. I understand they're promoting the fight, but everybody know about this fight. It's no need to promote. Everybody know about, how Tyson Fury is. He walk around, do and say what he want, and I'm glad Wilder responded at the back end of this presser. Why? Because that's what Fury was hoping for. And, I understand. I get it. Wilder wanted to maintain dignity. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to maintain respect and professionalism, not the Fury, but the respect he has for himself. Through this whole ordeal, he's been winning. Arbitration. He gets the rematch. People been wanting to hear what he had to say. He's been sticking to his word. His integrity is intact. And guess what? That's winning, right? So let's move on with it.
So the fact that I'm making your face, bitch, is the word. That's what we say. And here's another one. He says he wants to do bad things to me and hurt me and do all this malice feelings, and he's got anger and aggression. Well, for those who hold a hot coal with the intentions of throwing it at somebody, guess what? They're the ones who's going to get burnt. I don't want to hurt Deontay Wilder. I just want to beat him in a fight. And he knows what he's saying is lies. And deep down in his soul, he knows that he lost. And he'll lose again. And he lost the first time, he lost the second time, and he's going to lose the third time.
See, you heard Deontay, he said, okay, he was being reserved, maintaining his dignity and respect. And Tyson just kept on poking and poking and poking. You know what I'm saying? And it comes down to, okay, a man can only listen to so much and take so much, to the point where Deontay said, I got to speak up, man. This cat want to throw the first stone and call bitches and all that. And really, if you look at it, that's typical Tyson Fury. But it's not like Wilder isn't capable of trash talking. He just wanted to let his shit happen in the ring. So I want your comments on how you levied the last remaining part. Hold on for a second. How you levy your assessment of the back end of this presser. I liked it. Tyson Fury said what he had to say, and Wilder finally responded.
And guess what? After this fight, he'll be back working in that fast food chain that he was working at early on in his career. Because that's the only place he's going to be welcome. Retirement for him. Retirement dosser.
The answer to your question is why you changed for the first and second.
No, that ain't the answer to the question. That's another question. So that's not an answer. If I only won because I cheated, why do all this extra training? Because obviously,
to me, that closed the casket right there. You know what I'm saying? That pretty much, when you got a guy like Fury that's used to cheating, he was busted for cheating when he initially won the belts. You know what I'm saying? He's used to just, cascading lie over lie over lie. And he don't care. He'll just talk it. He don't give a damn who listen and who has anything to say about it. But the intro was on point, though. The intro was on point. He asked him a legitimate 2-part question in response to his question. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was smart of him to do that. Let me get up in the live chat. King Mitch in the building. Come back. What up? On deck. Retro for life on deck. What's good? Salute WCS. Wilder was calm and speaking the truth. Talk to him, man. Talk your shit, man. This is fight week for sure. Someone please call 911. Champ quoted Wyclef and Mary. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a classic is to be told. Andrew Tucker on deck. It's a great fight, General. But the trash talk is not going to work. Wilder is focused and wants blood. I sense a little nervousness in Fury. I feel Wilder by KO. Hey man, solid point, dog. And we're gonna get to that, no doubt. 79 boxing. Fury about to go eat some smothered boar dick. Rice. Hey, you got to make sure it's uncastrated. Smothered board penile. But Fury about to eat some smothered boar. I already read that. I'm up here highlighting the comments as I go. It's hilarious to see Bob and that dried old promoter upset that there wasn't a face-off. They want something to happen before the fight. That's all. It was smart. And it was using your thought process, your mind, because we all know what would have happened. Tyson Fury is there to provocate the cause. He wants to be antagonizing. He wants to continue to just poke, poke, poke to get a rise. And he hasn't been getting that out of Deontay Wilder. Just think of it this way. This is nowhere close to the previous presser they had when they was building up this fight. The first time they fought, this is nowhere the energy. And Wilder like, man, I'm not putting forth all that energy for this guy. I already been in the ring with him twice.
Obviously, you can beat me with the old training you was doing as long as I didn't cheat. You don't ask yourself the question. So I don't always cheating. Yeah. Then why has he not prepared himself? He hasn't done any extra steps at all to stop me from cheating again.
Why you explain yourself?
I'm not explaining myself. I'm asking you a question.
You haven't denied any
what have you done
to this point?
I don't need to deny it because it's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? You
It's
haven't
all true.
denied any
I have knuckle dusters on and a
You don't
turbo
even
jets on
want-
my
You don't
feet.
even want certain media in here to give you the tough questions. You have nobody to give you the tough questions.
I just don't.
So shout out to Team Wilder once again. He's one of those guys that people overlook for identifying the individuals who support him. Like I said before, he just told Tyson Fury, you did not want to be asked the tough questions. That is in reference to most of the black media being denied media credentials. That'd be include myself. All 3 fights have been denied press credentials. And I'm pretty sure there are other media entities out there that was also denied press credentials. It's unfortunate because this trilogy right here is etched in boxing history, y'all. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there for neither one of them. He made it perfectly clear right there in front of everybody that Tyson Fury did not want to be asked the tough questions. So they was up there denying media credentials. But I'm curious to know who was in the end. If you wait to the end, there were voices out there, you know what I'm saying, that was talking, responding to Tyson Fury and letting them know we on deck. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it was Tay Jones. Tay is usually up there with the team. From what I'm hearing, BFTB is going to be on deck. Blue Blood, Drew Titan, some other big time media players out here with the LDBC. And so from what I'm hearing, they on deck. I know 78 Sports TV, he wasn't going to be there though, but maybe it was them, and that's good. They letting their voice be heard. But let's finish this up.
Ask me a tough question.
So when it's like
You're in
that,
denial and you're getting knocked out.
let's make it.
And you're going to retire.
You don't know nothing about
Do
nothing.
yourself a
You
favour.
don't have
and
knockout
retire.
power.
Your legacy's in bits.
Even in my
all the
worst,
excuses,
even in my worst
even all the
time,
excuses
you
you've been
still
destroyed.
like a bitch. I didn't
No
feel
one's
nothing.
even believed you.
I didn't
They're
feel
all
anything.
laughing at
You
you like
wonder
you're
why I
a
kept
piece
getting
of
up
shit
and
when
getting
you
up.
really are.
I didn't
Everybody's
feel,
laughing at you.
nothing. You have no power.
Million
You're not a knockout
excuses.
artist.
I knocked you out, didn't I, Dosser?
Nah, I could have
Yeah.
been out on my feet.
That's a
I had
knockout.
a disloyal
You got
trainer
knocked
to put
out,
the towel
Dosser.
in.
Dosser.
And guess what? When
Knocked
someone
out.
put the towel in after the boss tells them not to do, the employee get fired.
Did you hear that? Once again, sticking to his own words, honesty. You know what I'm saying? I'm a non in this sport, y'all. He's letting it be known that compared to Tyson Fury, I'm sanctified. I basically went about the sport the way it's supposed to. I've never got caught drug cheating. I never did any of that. That's basically where he's at with this. He's absolutely 150% right. You know what I'm saying? How can you be dressed in red, the drip, the headphones, and all composed like Wilder? He's super composed when you have an antagonistic type of individual like Tyson Fury in front of you, just saying shit, just trash talking, just being belligerent. Man, we got to salute Wilder for his damn composure. And this is a big fight. This is Wednesday already. You know what I'm saying? In 72 hours, they're going to be in the ring.
Yeah, but you said I have knuckle dusters on. JD is in the room while I have the fucking nuts on. Why didn't he say something then? He's in on it
Don't worry
too.
about him.
He's in on it.
Don't worry about him.
I'm in behind you. Shall I think police in
You
on
handle
it too?
yours like you handle yours.
You're a weak man, you get knocked out.
Thank you.
End of.
Thank you. I'm the one that defended my title 10 times.
I don't need to defend titles.
How many times
That's
have
for
you
dusters
defended?
like you.
How many
Dusters
times?
like
I
you
don't have
defend
to
them.
cheat.
I don't need
I've
to.
never had to cheat
Look
in
at me.
years.
I've come here
If you look
representing
up your
WBC
history and you
today.
look up my
You've come like a
history,
Trump
which I
dress,
advise
me.
everyone to do their
I tried to
homework.
stay on a training day.
You look up you and you look up me.
You
That's a classic, dog. I'm gonna have to call it as it is. That's a classic. He said, I'm a nun in this sport, baby. You look at Tyson Fury's history, you look at my history. I'm a nun in this sport compared to Tyson Fury. It's a classic, dog. It's a classic. No one would have compared themselves to a nun. You know, people look at nuns and we assume that they're clean cut, individuals, man. They have good standing and faith with God. You know what I'm saying? But he made an absolutely amazing analogy there, comparable to Tyson Fury's boxing history. And here, side by side, the juxtapose, he is a nun in this sport. It's a classic line, man.
You will only ever be remembered. I don't have to stick shit up my ass to make me feel the certain type of way. That's your legacy.
I don't have to use that.
Torn to bits.
I don't have to manipulate my gloves. I don't have
You
to do those
do.
things.
You have to do it all. You have to do it all.
So at night when I
You
look into
are
the
a
mirror,
loser. And you're being trained by a loser. So that makes two losers. And you're going to get knocked out on Saturday night. No problem. I don't feel you because you're a lying little bastard, insecure piece of shit.
That's
You
the
get knocked the
difference
fuck
between
out.
me and you. I don't have to fight another damn month.
Doesn't matter because your legacy's already finished. All the excuses, you've been done.
You say the same
You've
thing?
been done. Finished.
Can you
You've
say
been
the same thing?
You've been beat. You've been
So
humiliated, and you've been busted. End of. And that's it. And there's no one in here can accept the fact that this little pussy got his ass handed to him, not once, but twice, and he can't do nothing about it! Because he ain't fucking man enough!
I accept
That's why!
I accept. Look.
Tell him what to say, Shirley, come on! Tell him what to say, it's
When I
fine.
was in the condition I was in, I could have stopped the fight. I could have went back to my corner, but you know what? I'm a king. I'm a warrior.
You didn't look like a king when you was getting fucked up in that
I
corner.
accepted what I was going through to still fight you.
Yeah, you look like a dosser. You didn't look like a king.
And you
I
still
look like
couldn't
a
knock
king,
me
mate.
out. You
You look like a dosser.
But guess what?
You look like a dosser and I look like a king.
And you was in the situation
When
I
you
was
was in
in.
that corner getting your
Yeah.
head punched in,
Ophil.
you're
One
trainer
second,
JD.
sorry.
Someone
He
needs to
done
know.
everything for Mark really.
I don't know.
You didn't want to sack him, you wanted to give him a pay
The ending was all that I expected, you know what I'm saying, without them getting in each other's face. But man, you got to give it up for Wilder, man, not just because I'm a Wilder fan, right? Just the fact of, as black people, we intend to get labeled as aggressive and everything, right? And in this case, you have Wilder and Fury, who are the top heavyweights in one of the most elite sports, a full contact sport in life. And I felt that he handled himself very well against Tyson Fury, who never wanted to sit down. Now he has to be the show. He has to try to put forth that energy and gain and win over the crowd. Because look, let's be honest. The US fans, some of them, has allowed Tyson Fury to feel comfortable over here, for him to run around erratically, lie, cheat, and try to steal somebody's career by manipulating equipment outside of the regulatory rules, within the commission. And whether the commission might have had some type of involvement, or maybe they was complicit in some way, shape, or form, it still comes down to Deontay Wilder having his paperwork in order, winning arbitration, showing up, staying very reserved, and still getting his words off. You have to accredit him, because this is a guy where people continue to say all he do is trash talk, like no other fighter. Like they praise Muhammad Ali for trash talking, but when Wilder was trash talking early on, it was a problem. But this time right here, this is a trilogy and one of the most suspenseful, intriguing heavyweight trilogies in boxing history. Everything that you can ask for with the plot, a backstory is here. The scandal, You know what I'm saying? The deception, the accusations. Did you hear his accusations? He said a disloyal trainer. Yes, he's talking about Mark Breland. How many thumbnails gonna go up? Oh, he never mentioned Mark Breland's name. He's talking about Mark Breland. He said, when the boss tell you not to throw in the towel and you do it anyway, you get fired. We know how that works. Let me turn you on to something. Out here in the civilian life, I'm pretty sure the intelligent minds that's in this live chat understand what the at-will policy is. The at-will policy is that you can be fired at any time. Now, I'm not saying that this is implemented with Deontay Wilder and his team. I'm just saying in the work environment out here in life, they have an at-will policy where they can fire you at any given time. Well, if someone tell you not to throw in the towel, especially if they're adamant on going out on their shield, what should you do? You should receive the order and apply it as need be. You don't go over there and do your own thing and then try to make it seem like people up here saying, oh, he saved Deontay Wilder's life. Deontay was on his feet, for God's sake. Shout out to the presser. Shout out to Wilder's composure. You know, shout out to him using his words absolutely the way he chose to. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury didn't force him to say anything he didn't want to say. He just kept that shit 100. And when Shelly Finkel came in on the left side, he kind of gave Shelly Finkel the shoulder bump. Ugh, I got this, Shelly. What you doing? I got this. What you doing, Shelly? Shelly, what you doing, Shelly? Let me handle my shit, man. Man, J8 on deck, man. What's good? Andrew Charles on deck. What's good with you? Salute to everyone that's in the building. Let's get down to it. That was this broad egging them on. Bob words on Kate. Yeah, they accept it because it's Bob disrespect. Look, I thought Kate did an outstanding job, for real. For real. Kate asked some very leading questions. Okay, Mitch? That's what she's supposed to do. These individuals, just like we mentioned Andre Ward, just like we have talked about Sean Porter and Timothy Bradley, these individuals have to ask the tough questions, man. I felt Kate asked the right questions to draw out a conversation. That conversation is between two individuals that's due to step in the ring this Saturday. What did she do wrong? Could you call it, instigating the situation? No, I call it being a mediator, orator, however you want to call it. I felt that she did what she was supposed to do and asked the tough questions. When I started doing YouTube, man, I was trying to keep it all professional, have a military background. The people really don't want to hear professionalism all the time. They can give a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying? They can care less. And when you're being paid on that level as Kate, you have to ask the tough questions, man. This is a big freaking deal. They bring this woman in front, the UK, F her and F them. Bob went crazy on Kate. Goddamn OG Pamper Bob was cursing out everybody. He said OG Pamper Bob. Man, y'all got some nicknames, man. Y'all got some classic nicknames. Andrew Charles, WCS Salute, Bomb Squad. Salute, Andrew. Appreciate you pulling up, my brother, all day. They agreed that there wouldn't be a face-off. Bob mad at Kate because she tried to get a face-off. Okay. Now I can see, Mitch, where Bob can be upset about that. But once again, you think Kate's gonna get fired for that? Kate's not gonna. First of all, look at it like this, Mitch. Kate understands what she needs to do. Someone designated her to be in between those guys. Someone designated her. That wasn't the same mediator as we saw in LA. It was Donna. She was the one over there in LA. But Kate was different. Kate got straight. Look, she was firing off both hosters, and she was getting the questions out there, man. Don't be mad at her because she tried to get them to face off and get this fight. That's more money. What Bob is cussing them out for? Don't Tyson Fury owe him some money? The more publicity and promo that you get without paying for it is better. So Bob just old and grumpy, man. He's just old and I told her no freaking promo, no face off. I told her, but she disobeyed. There will be ramifications, repercussions. I don't know if that sounds like Bob or not, but it's close enough. They had no security. Bob agreeing. Bob already promoting Usyk versus Fury. Be the most hilarious promotion there. Usyk don't even speak English. Now don't think, just like I used to tell people all the time about Anderson Silva, Canelo Alvarez, don't think Usyk doesn't speak English. If you believe that for one bit, then come on now. Just like T.I. say, I got some waterfront property to sell you in Idaho. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real, man. These cats know how to speak English, man. Most of these Japanese fighters know how to speak English. Anyway, Bob already, let me get past this. Let me highlight it. Kate looked kind of good up there. Kind of. J8 on deck. Kind of. Come on, J Ocho. Kind of. She does look good, man. She does look good, bro. It's no hesitation. She on point, man. She's a 15-20 twin, you know. Aaron old ass in rare form told the reporter, "Shut the F up, you prick." They had his security escort the guy out. Now I wonder who that was, though. I really wonder who that was, because look, they uptight about the media that's been talking about this fight. You know what I'm saying? I can believe they kicking people out, because that press conference wasn't open up to the public. All right. So therefore, this is the only thing about this trilogy between these guys. They wouldn't let the public be a part of it, like Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. Like, it was so many people there, but they want to condense it. They want to censor motherfuckers. They want to restrict your. You think people don't listen to YouTube? Yes, they listen to YouTube, man. They listen to what we say out here. I remember they look. I'm gonna tell you something later, man. I'm not even gonna hold that shit in no more. I'm gonna tell you something I had to go through. Let me get back to this next comment. Yeah, Kate be on her shit. She stay in some leather. Yes, sir, man. Come on, Mitch. J8 saying she kinda shit. Any other job, when your boss tell you to do something and you go against that nigga, you done. Absolutely. You done. It's no question to that shit, man. Deontay Wilder told that as clear and concise as he can possibly say it. And you know how fragmented English language is. You can, this shit, this is one of the most broken languages you can ever speak. But people understand it. They understand it to a point. When you call a motherfucker a bitch, or in Canelo's, motherfucker, and they want to act all stupid, but they understand it. Oh, you talk about my no. You call them a bitch ass nigga. They understand that. They understand it, man. Just like Tyson Fury say Dosser all the time. He understand English. You know what I'm saying? They understand. And Deontay Wilder told their ass, you go against the boss and you throw that motherfucking towel in, guess what? Your ass up out of here. Your boss will fire you, give you a last check, and have your replacement in 5 days. True words, man. True words, man. You ain't never lied. True motherfucking words. Kate did good, man. Bob Arum was on one today. Bob Arum's always been on one, man. You have to understand. Look, Bob Arum has been around since him and Don King was having a face to face. Like these are two guys who I'm surprised didn't try to off one another, or they might have tried and it didn't succeed. Bob has been around for a good long time. He's at that point right now, man. You know what I'm saying? When he goes to sleep, Arum sees the light. There's conversations going on. They're trying to pick a timeline. Say, hey, Mr. Arum, we're just letting you know that you have, several weeks remaining. We just want to give you a heads up and make sure you're able to put all your will and everything, your paperwork in order. We want you to be good because we're coming. The winner will have 1 month to secure unification. The winner will have 1 month to secure a unification, whether sign off on it, rather, to agree to it and make it contractually committed. Suleiman is full of shit. He knows damn well Usyk and AJ has a match clause, a rematch clause. But check this out though. If he just want to make demands and put them out there, and he know what you know, Mitch, then this all gonna come to the surface. You know what I'm saying? Just like an old rubber ducky. That shit gonna float to the surface. See, that's what I'm talking about. You start talking that truth, man, and stuff start going on with your stream, man. While they bullshitting, Wilder really only spoke because Kate was up there. Yeah, absolutely. True point. True point right there. Check the box. The Texan on deck. If that was Christina Puncher, Christina, I called her Donna. Christina Puncher, there wouldn't have been this outrage on some real shit. What outrage? That Kate was asking the tough questions? Dion Washington on deck. What's good? Fury, a pure bitch. Shout out to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Dion Washington, man. Always keeping me up to date when I got other shit going on. Appreciate you, bro. Weigh in might bring back that glass fence now for these fights. Hey, man, they better not. You know why I'm saying that, Texan? Is because the UFC and Bellator don't use no glass, and they fighters get mad just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? They have emotions. They have everything else that goes along with combat sports. Boxing don't need no freaking glass. You have individuals that use elbows, use their head, knees, shins, fist. In a full contact sport, they don't have no glass, man. For real. They go head up. Go head up, man. Fuck it. Go head up. Shouts to Kate for displaying class. She said she wouldn't respond to the pins wearing that bob. Hey man, I'm glad she did. She asked the question she did, and she got the response that she was looking for. I appreciate, her being the right fit for this final presser. She was the right fit. Look, she fired off quick. She didn't hold no punch. She fired off quick. Fury was pissed. Wilder's in his head now, shaking my head. It's going down. The Boxing King archives on deck. Man, I agree with you. They're archived for real. I agree, because even Wilder said it's nervous energy, and I believe it. The way Fury was standing up, and he just couldn't wait. He was tapping his watch and everything. He was just trying to get some attention to come his way. Yeah, man, he was just tripping, dog. I think it was Keith Idec, one of those writers. He told Bob there wouldn't have been a purse bid if you paid T.O. Oh, snap. You think Idec was going in talking about Triller? That's something else we can chop on. But we got to talk about the creme de la creme. We got to talk about the creme de la creme. We definitely get the T.O. and Cambosis a little bit later, but we got to talk about this presser because it's big. DJ Derange on deck. What up, sports? Been a minute. I'm clowning. Haha Tyson was looking shook. His world was crumbling. Haha Fury was sick with the way Wilder was handling the whole situation. He was in panic mode. I never seen you here the range, but salute for you pulling up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I never seen you here, especially with that name, Beats ATL. I'm not sure, but appreciate you pulling up on the scene, man. Dirty South in the building. Mitt say, boxing needs to pay Dana White to stand between the fighters. See, I'm glad you mentioned that. Look, I tell people all the time, Dana White ain't doing anything by standing in between those fighters. Dana White hasn't shown that he's this high-level martial artist like Joe Rogan. The only thing he's basically solidified in his professional career that he's the president. He's been there since the ground floor. He's withstood the UFC almost fading out to its growth and astronomical prominence in MMA as a promotion. That's what Dana White has established. Him standing in between full contact mixed martial artists who use everything from the head to their feet to fight. There's nothing Dana White can do if they really want to get it in. Come on, man. He was up there pushing Khabib back and somehow don't touch him. And then Conor McGregor touches Khabib. Man, come on, Dana. Come on, stop. She, we here on deck. What's good, She? Appreciate you pulling up, my brother. Mitt say Usyk probably does understand and speak a little English, but he ain't speaking that shit though. Not in public. I agree. That's the same thing Canelo did for a long time. That's the same thing Anderson Silva did. Anderson Silva refused to speak Portuguese. You know what I'm saying? He knew English for a long time, man. And people act like, oh, Anderson, he don't know it. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Big time. Bob was yelling, no, don't let them get close. Fury ran over to Bob. Why, Bob? He said no face off. Man, I don't know what's up with that, but look, a lot of people going to be saying this is another area where boxing is just getting a little bit saturated with the softness. Why would boxing not want to have a face off, dog? We want that Tony Harrison, Mel Charlo energy. We want that Joseph Benavidez and Terrence Crawford energy. Come on, man. We want that Ricardo Mayorga and Sugar Shane Mosley energy, that Riddick Bowe and Larry Donald energy, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis. We want that Muhammad Ali and Ernie Terrell. Man, come on. We want all that shit, bro. We want the Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran. We want that. Dwayne Freeman on deck. Salute World Combat Sports. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you pulling up on the live strip. Fury looked nervous, man. Fury, he was standing up the entire time, man. When somebody can sit down in a situation where it's very intense, that shit is hard to do. What Deontay Wilder did, he was maintaining his seat as a fighter, and he didn't allow himself to be overbearing. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't sitting up there just being impulsive, just using obscenities, like I heard him tell Dominique Brazil. he dropped niggas several times with Dominique Brazil. That was a little bit different than this right here. I'm just saying. But this right here, he said what he had to say. He maintained his seated position, and he spoke with poise. Come on, man. Let's not get it twisted, man. Come on. That doesn't take away, what we're going to see in the ring Saturday. It's called professionalism. People want to ignore professionalism when it comes to certain fighters. They allow Tyson Fury to walk around here like a jester, right? And they don't say anything. But yet, Deontay Wilder, start talking. It's a crime. He should be banned from the sport just from trash talking. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fury body language is bad because his body is bad built. Well, Mitch, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I've been up and close and personal. If you saw my video, Fury broke open his jacket right in front of me. And that only contributed to the PTSD that I already carried from combat. He broke that jacket open as a man without me requesting such a sight. I feel scarred. You know what I'm saying? When Deontay Wilder was going through the arbitration, I want to reach out to him and say, hey, can you give me some punitive damages in that arbitration? Because Tyson Fury cracked open his jacket. Look at me. I'm in great shape. I've been down in Miami. Look at me. I'm 275. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but the fact that you ripped open your jacket in front of me, man, it wasn't what I requested, dog. I felt like I was visually assaulted. I didn't request that shit. Fury body language bad. Let me post that. Freeman say, I saw you on Everything Boxing channel, so I subscribe to your channel. I support on y'all channel. I appreciate that. Dwayne Freeman in the building, on deck representing. Shout out to Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports. Man, a real one right there. Hey, if y'all haven't already did so, what Dwayne Freeman just mentioned, go subscribe to the channel. Go check out my boy, Everything Boxing Sports, Keon. Keep it 100. Keep it authentic. And be putting out some damn good content too. So go share his content when he live and subscribe to his channel, man. Appreciate you pulling up there, Freeman. Beats ATL say it's a new pick. Been following you for a minute. All good. I appreciate you there. Appreciate you, bro. Whoever you might be, appreciate you though. Appreciate you. You down here in the dirty anyway. L-Dub boxing on deck. What's good there, L-Dub? Salute to you, my brother. If them fighters, y'all go check out L-Dub too, man. Sub to the channel. He be giving you all pound for pound listening, sanctioning body, ranking tiers and all that. Hey, man, be doing this thing. If them fighters really want to do something, can't nobody stop them. I saw with my own eyes John Jones move an entire ballroom to get at DC. Man, good shit there, Mitch. You know what I'm saying? Even though I try to, not cross thread, even in analogies, you're absolutely right. So, with what you just mentioned about John Jones when he moved the room with DC, it was one of my number one combat sport promo moments. I know we had Lennox Lewis and Hasim Rothman. Okay, they moved furniture too, but it wasn't like the viciousness of John Jones when DC put his forehead to John Jones, and John Jones said, "Nah, none of y'all in this room can fuck with me." And man, I'm telling you, when you're talking about moving the room, the way the crowd slid, one man was causing that, and then he came back on stage, man. He was like, hyping up the fans, man. Shit, for real, John Jones is a GOAT, man. It don't, Dwayne Freeman said, I think he was standing because he didn't want no one to see how big he got. You might be right, man. You might be right, because we all know, Tyson Fury is shaped like a goddamn, what they call them, a damn boiled a apple dumpling or a motherfucking beef dumpling. That's what he's shaped like, bro. And once again, I don't really comment on men's physique aesthetics because I'm not really caring about any of that. We all know he out of shape. Dude has side love handles, back love handles, all that shit. Lewis and Rothman had a full-on wrestling match during an interview one time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They move furniture, though. He's built like a stack of tires. Damn. The ass slap heard around the world, shouts to Ricardo Mayorga. Shane's girl was pissed. Sugar Shane looked confused as fuck. I say this about Sugar Shane in that morning. His girl was super fine. I feel that it was a bit staged. Real talk. I feel that it was a bit staged. Because somebody with a body like that, why would she even get or place herself in a position for access to a wild boy like Ricardo Mayorga? They already knew Mayorga didn't give a fuck about anything. So for her to come in front of Sugar Shane with what she had on, shake like a Coke bottle, you know what I'm saying? I never would have had my girl in that position. Never. That's why Sugar Shane didn't do too much. Come on, man. Sugar Shane should have put them paws on Mayorga. But I don't think he was confident, man. For real. I don't know, man. I don't know. TMZ is lying about Wilder's entrance suit again. You can't believe TMZ, man. They be on some bullshit too. People can say what they want about Wilder's suit, but we really don't know what he's walking out in. You know what I'm saying? It can be a pair of Filas and goddamn some old ass boxing shorts that he was lounging around the house. We don't know what he's walking out in. That photo that's going around, that might just be a prototype that's been out for a long time. I don't see Wilder's being that dude that's gonna put a picture out of his uniform days before, and that's gonna be it. I don't agree with that at all. Now, if he walks out with it, so be it. But I just don't see him being that guy. You feel me? I don't see it, people. Wilder body shots will find out where them Twinkies and bonbons hide. Absolutely, man. I think the people ringside is gonna be there for a treat. They know it's gonna be refreshments. Them people ringside know they're gonna be refreshments. Bonbons, Twinkies, ho-hos. They know, honey buns, all of them. They're waiting. They're going to say, excuse me, thank you. All of you in this row right here, this is a courtesy apron. Please put the apron on once you hear the opening bell, okay? Hurry up and put it on. It may not go past 2, but you may be fed some very delicious desserts, courtesy of Mr. Fury himself, okay? And people are going to be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Just wait and see. Just wait and see. You'll see him fall off the ring apron. Just wait and see. Be patient. John Jones also was a crackhead. No, he wasn't a crackhead, bro. He was a cokehead. It's a difference, okay? It's a difference between a crackhead and a cokehead, Jade. I've seen cokeheads function, everyday jobs while on that shit. Everyday jobs. I never seen a crackhead function on an everyday job sensibly. Never seen it. I never seen a crackhead be able to stand still without goddamn scratching their motherfucking head or moving around and talking about some off the wall shit. Man, damn. Them two ants right there, them motherfuckers twins. That's a crackhead right there. I never seen twin ants before. That's a crackhead shit right there. For real. Crackhead ask you to go in Kroger and just steal one banana because they hungry. That's crackhead shit. For real. Man, go in there, just steal a small bottle of water, man. I'm so thirsty, man. Just put it in your pants and run out. I'm telling you, man, shit. He was a cokehead, dog. It might still be. Now, women love that attention. Tyson Fury built a melted bowl of ice cream, built like a melted bowl of ice cream. One is dripping too. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you get that soft serve cone, you go out in the heat, it's a humid day, and that shit just start to melt if you don't eat it quick enough. But what we can say about this is hump day already. It's damn near into Thursday, y'all. October 9th will bring a lot to the forefront on who the baddest man is in the heavyweight division. Real talk. And no, it's not Alexander Usyk. You know, October 9th is going to prove a lot. It's going to prove, especially, you know what I'm saying, for Team Deontay, with the new dynamic between him and Malik Scott. There's a lot that people are looking forward to just in that team alone. They've already seen Sugar Hill. The Sugar Hill dynamic was pretty much marred and tarnished by the cheating scandal that went along with him being in that corner. Because you know, looking at it full circle, it was just saturated in scandal to the point where people wasn't giving him credit for, like, oh man, you went up there and you was able to lift the belt from Deontay Wilder. No, they pretty much talk about the gloves being loaded, Deontay, you know, water being contaminated, the dirty tactics in the ring. All that encompassing is what people remember about Tyson Fury fight. They don't look at no Sugar Hill shit. But for Malik Scott, a lot of people are going to be zoomed in. I'm talking about microscopic. They will scrutinize every movement and his every word. If this fight goes into the mid rounds, according to how it's be, they're gonna be tuned in. They're gonna have the volume of their televisions extra loud. They're gonna be wondering what Malik Scott is going to do or say in this situation. When you get someone who is who can break some down, you know what I'm saying, without vulgarity, right? He can pretty much emphasize his thoughts. You know, he can articulate in a way that some people might call, how you put it? It's almost like listening to a professor, you know, or you know how preachers break stuff down. You know, he's able to analytically express himself, and he can do it on an advanced level, whether people like it or not. A lot of people don't want to hear you use $5 words, and they especially don't want to hear you speak as if you have some type of education about yourself. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to hear your educated thoughts. They just want you to get to the point. They don't want to hear no big ass words, so to speak. And that's just the way it is. So stay tuned for what Malik Scott has to offer. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder, we salute you for returning and having your paperwork in order. Period. First and foremost, we wouldn't even be here if Deontay Wilder was running around this sport looking crazy. He was just in there getting a check. That arbitration proved that he wasn't here just for a check. The arbitration proved that He's all about his legacy. He's all about being remembered as the best in the world. And first and foremost, the only way you get back to this point in a trilogy and one of the biggest heavyweight fights in boxing is that your paperwork is in order after coming off a loss. Even though Bob Arum was sitting up here saying that the pandemic, the fight didn't matter. If the pandemic, no one was able to fight, even though he's the same one saying that they couldn't fight without a crowd. He was saying, it's expired. It's expired. We're moving on. We're going to do Fury Joshua, sometime at the back end semester of the year. It's going to happen. We're going to make this happen in Saudi Arabia. No. Y'all puppetize the media so many times. And them fools are glutton for punishment. They would listen to Eddie Hearns and Bob Arum talk that shit all alone. I hear the shit. I hit Tay up. I said, man, what's up? What's up? This shit. Man, don't believe that shit. That's all he said. He didn't have to go no further. Man, don't believe that shit. He didn't go into detail about this. Don't believe that shit. And each and every time he said, don't believe that shit, he was absolutely right. You know why? Because Wilder won the arbitration, and here we are. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero, Staples Center, December 5th, Showtime. Hey, salute to Wilder. I can give a fuck about Fury. Salute to Wilder getting his title back this weekend. That's the most important thing. He get his title back now. Either one, we're going to continue to see the exacerbated corruption that's in boxing, where they're basically showing their hand. I mean, they're blatantly showing their hand. Mauricio Sullivan is just sitting up here creating. Wilder have a tough task this week, y'all. Wilder and his team, shout out to Joey. I'm pretty sure his strength and condition took Wilder through a regimen. Wilder and his team has to be very vigilant to not repeat what happened to him in the rematch. If you think they're not trying to sit up here and sabotage this fight, you're sadly mistaken, man. This is a big fucking deal. For them to try to get Fury into an undisputed, it's hundreds of millions on the line. It's hundreds of millions on the line for this. Wilder win this belt back, now they're saying to themselves, oh, what do we do? What do we do? Do we make Usyk Wilder? What do we do? I mean, look, for a long time now, they say Wilder couldn't box, right? They saying Usyk can box. Wilder get his title back, put him in there with a boxer. You know what I'm saying? He knocked Fury ass cold fuck out. Let's not sit up there and talk that rematch shit. Like Eddie Hearns put rematches in every one of his fighters' contracts. Just keep the same energy, bro. Because boxing, man, y'all are doing some blatant underhand type, manipulative type shit, bro. That's ruining boxers' careers. You're looking out for certain fighters that have a complexion for the protection. And even though boxing has been looking bad for quite some time, now it's just getting to the point where motherfuckers are just doing this shit out in the open. They're not even trying to conceal their activities. Yeah, we trying to fuck you over. Yeah, we trying to fuck you over. I'm just letting you know that's what we're trying to do. If you can stop it, stop it. If not, okay. That's how it is right now. I know it's on Wilder Week. I'm getting back to it. I'm getting back to it, Dion. But I got to show respect, man. The champ is returning to the ring. I got to show respect before I change subjects and get on freaking Teofimo and Cambosis and what you said about Tank Davis and Rolly Romero. I seen crackheads defy gravity and the other natural laws of physics. A crackhead will ball out on your ass. Them motherfuckers' wheels on point. A crackhead see a mosquito goddamn fly across their eyes, they gone. If that's true, shouts to Rolly for positioning himself for a shot at solid PPV. These other fighters take notes. Tank gonna whoop that ass. Shout out to Stormy B, the sensei himself on deck. Salute at World Combat Sports. Just refer to Fury by his literal name, which isn't Tyson. From all accounts, it's far from fitting and beneficial. Powder. Cokehead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, I don't want to go in depth of ridiculing this man, but he's going to get some more energy from me before the 9th. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But y'all be sure to check out Stormy B, man. Check out his channel. That's the only thing I can tell you. Check out his channel, sub, and pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention if you want to, speak about boxing history and everything, man. Very educated brother, especially in this boxing game. And, show love. And salute to Wilder going in there getting that strap. Now, for Gervonta Davis and Rolly, listen, bro. Listen to me. I was so happy for this fight to actually become believable, that it was actually going to be real life. When all the trash talking with Devin Haney, I just didn't believe it. Like, oh, Devin Haney, you this, Devin Haney. I just didn't think that fight was going to happen. Real talk. For one, they're on two sides of the promotional spectrum. I didn't think the fight was going to even come close to happening. But what better style to match up with Gervonta Davis, dog? Look, check this out. Rolly Romero is in TMT Gym, right? So is Tank every now and then. Tank trains over there. He's signed with Floyd Mayweather. I don't know it's all about him positioning himself, because check this out. We know he wasn't going to get a Ryan Garcia fight. Ryan Garcia is scared as hell of Rolly Romero. Let's just check the box. Man, we know that shit wasn't going to happen. We know that shit wasn't going to happen with him and Devin Haney. Rolly Romero needs another big name. He hasn't been boxing that long, y'all. But somehow, some way, in Connecticut, Floyd Mayweather was able to set the scene for him to get a belt. Because we all know Jackson Marinez beat that ass, period. All right? We all know he outboxed Rolly. But when I heard of Gervonta Davis stylistically matching up with freaking Rolly Romero, y'all, I say this is the perfect style. This is the perfect two people to go in there in an all-out war, because somebody getting knocked the fuck out. Somebody is KO'd. I remember Keon. I remember Keon. This is, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't use the R word too much, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember Keon doing a live, man. He was saying, look, y'all got to look at it. Rolly Romero retarded. He said Rolly Romero was retarded, dog. Look, I'm not laughing at retarded people. I'm not, man. It's just I haven't heard the word in so long, bro. I haven't heard the word in so long. And then when he showed a picture of Rolly Romero with his tongue, his tongue was damn near sticking out his mouth. Like he was looking real goofy, dog. It was just hilarious, bro. Rolly Romero, when it comes to Gervonta Davis, right? He's the kind of guy that his sole purpose is to go out there and prove he can take a punch. His entire focus, y'all, is to prove that he can take a punch from Gervonta Davis. Now, listen, I've seen fighters take punches from Gervonta Davis, but are you capable of withstanding that punishment when he starts to go to the body? I've seen Gervonta Davis headhunt early in the fight. And then when he finally make that switch up, he started digging to the body and ripping that uppercut. He started digging to the body, ripping the uppercut. Before that, he'll tap him up top, pop, 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 power shots, and they get used to defending, his power up top. Back you up against the ropes, pop that hook to the body, give it to you again. Now you're starting to protect that body. Who has Rolly fought that's going to give him that body work like Gervonta? We all know Rolly Romero don't have no motherfucking body work. It doesn't matter if he landed some body shots in his last fight. He has not faced a demolition man like Gervonta Davis that will punish your body like that. Rolly Romero is that guy who would take a punch up top. He's that guy, y'all. Is it going to be beneficial for Rolly to do that against Gervonta, who's an absolute savage up in that motherfucker? Gervonta is a savage. You think as quick as Gervonta is, Rolly Romero is going to be able to catch him? Like, come on, man. Everybody has a puncher's chance, right? The crazy part about Gervonta Davis, sometimes he allows his freaking opposition to get off on him. Like, I've seen it, bro. I've seen it with the Leo Santa Cruz fight. I've seen it with the Mario Barrios fight. I've seen it just a little bit with the Ricardo Nunez fight, man. I'm talking about in person. But Gervonta allowing Rolly to get off on him, that's what he likes. But look, his opposition, Rolly, is going to be he has to be able to understand one thing. If there's anything he's comprehending about the sport of boxing, when Gervonta allows you to give, you definitely have to understand that you should be willing to receive. He's going to allow you to give, and he's going to take it, and he's going to give it back to you. And you have to be able to receive it, period. And when he fires off a 10 to 15 punch combination, punches are going to be coming from all angles. If he gets hurt, if Rolly gets hurt, any way, shape, and form, one of the best closers in boxing right now, Gervonta is brutal. He can be barbaric in that motherfucker, dog. Now you want to talk about a fighter whose gloves are loaded? Him and Deontay Wilder, their gloves are loaded. Them motherfuckers got damn AT. Look, they got TNT in that motherfucker, dog. They was blessed with power. So you want to talk about loaded gloves? Absolutely. Them two was blessed with fucking power, dog. But you know another thing, Dion, who I was hoping to get that work? I'm going to be real. It was another fighter stylistically matches up just like Rolly. I was hoping Isaac Cruz was able to get that work first because I like his style. Isaac Cruz kind of give you that Mike Tyson-esque, aggression, coming straight forward and just motherfucking a glutton for punishment, dog. That would have been a good fight. But right now, we just look at Rolly Romero and say to ourselves, let him be the victim. I hope this shit goes down in the ATL. Real talk. I hope Floyd bless us down in the ATL with that fight. I really do. For Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos, I'm glad that now Triller, I don't know how much money they lost, man. They lost millions, man. For real. Triller lost millions. Millions on moving this fight. From what I'm hearing, they didn't compensate George Kambosos at all. They didn't compensate him at all for the move. But now, Eddie Hearns, Matchroom, will be the ones promoting this fight. Lopez and Kambosos will receive much lower, reduced earnings because we know that Eddie Hearns is not built. Matchroom is not built for PPV. They don't have the structure for it. I mean, maybe sometime down the line they will, but not at this moment. You know, that just all goes into the BS when, you know, the $1 billion the zone deal was absolutely, you know, forecasted by Hearns and it was contingent and all that. Listen, they're happy as hell to get Lopez and Kambosos. But for the fighters themselves, they're going to be paid much less than they would have been paid with Triller. When Triller won the purse bid at 6.1, man, that was good money, but they ain't see a dime. They didn't see a motherfucking dime. Now they about to, Tio is getting around what he was paid for the Lomachenko fight. And of course, Kambosos is sitting up this motherfucker's like, I'm happy. I'm still getting paid the most money ever. I'm happy. So I just want to see it, man. Storm B says, salute at World Combat Sports. Just refer. Okay, I read that already, no doubt. But you know, what Mitch said about Rolly positioning himself for a shot. I just think Rolly is a good name and he's expendable for Floyd Mayweather to put in there against Tank. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know that Floyd Mayweather is a genius at playing the position. We're playing his position on the board. Floyd Mayweather is a genius, dog. A genius. I think he's throwing Rolly Romero out to the motherfucking Kodiak. That's what he's doing. He's feeding him. Because there's no way you're going to tell me that Floyd Mayweather believes Rolly Romero will beat Gervonta Davis. But somehow, some way in the past months, Rolly has been able to talk himself up on several different fighters to the point where people just want to see him get in the ring. So since Ryan Lion Garcia, pound for pound capper in boxing, didn't want to fight anybody. He's the one said he was goddamn, he wanted to fight this guy and that guy. He was going to fight Gervonta and never stepped up. Now the same guy who wanted to fight Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero may be the first one to step in there, out of that equation, that trifecta with Gervonta Davis. From what I'm hearing, it should be in December. Either way, I'm happy, y'all. But I will definitely be back on here at a different time, man. I'm just getting settled in and everything. Made some changes or whatever. Relocation. You know how that shit goes. It was all for the good, though. But, man, I appreciate every one of y'all pulling up to World Combat Sports. Much appreciate y'all stopping through. Be sure to turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.